Alright, everybody, what is going on? Just finished watching Death Parade Episode 2, and I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I am in love with this anime at the moment. Only 2 episodes in, and I am really liking what I'm watching of this anime. And if I'm pointing over here, that's because my screen is over there. But I am really liking this anime. I think it's awesome. I just love the whole concept. I love the theme. I think it's just really cool, and it's honestly something that just appeals to me so much. But as for episode 2 goes, not really a whole lot happens in terms of like time wise, like where it takes place. It pretty much takes place right beside episode 1, but we see the point of view of other characters. We pretty much see this you pretty much takes the point of view of the 2 girls that we saw at the end of episode 1. Now it seems like the shorter one, which would look like the younger one, she seems to be maybe the boss, or at least a higher authority figure than this other guy is, the other arbiter. And she seems to be showing around this new girl who's going to be an assistant for the guy arbiter, whose name I already forget off the top of my head, but she seems like she's going to be an assistant. And pretty much throughout the whole episode, what's going on is she is accompanying this other girl along through the whole ride of pretty much what happened to the 2 victims that died in the first episode. And pretty much she's pretty much showing her the ropes, showing her what's going on, what happens. Pretty much this episode pretty much is giving you all the finer bits and pieces of information that you may have missed in episode 1, giving you more info about what is actually happening at these bars and what the arbiters are really doing. And it's actually pretty cool because it seems like the people who die lose their memories, but the arbiters get their memories, and they can actually see their memories, see what happened and all that stuff. And then, of course, as time goes on, as the victims are playing the game, they gradually get their memories back. So I thought that was pretty cool that the arbiters actually get their memories so they can see what's going on, and then they can actually properly judge them, but they also get to see who they are as actual people through their, because they actually talk about this quite a bit in the anime, and I did write some notes down on a sticky note, but they actually start talking about how the game really shows the darkest parts of their personalities and their souls, and that really helps them decide where they are going to go at the end of the whole at the end of the whole scenario. And then pretty much it seems like our arbiter dude here, whose name I'm sorry, I forget his name. I'm terrible with names. You could tell me your name and I'll forget in 5 minutes. But apparently he has a hobby of building mannequins, which is a little weird. I mean, he has like a whole room of mannequins, then he's even dressed some of them up. I thought that was a little weird, but you know, to each their own. I'm not going to judge. But pretty much that's what the whole episode consists of, is this new assistant is getting shown the ropes of what's going on. And it's pretty much described that the arbiters get the victims' memories, and then they pretty much play the game to see, you know, what the deepest, darkest part of their souls are like, so they can more accurately judge where they are going to go. And they describe it to the victims as heaven or hell, but it's really incarnation or the void. And it seems like pretty much the way they described it is, for reincarnation, you get pretty much sent to another body. And then in the void is, I guess it's pretty much like hell, where their soul is pretty much lost, and that's what the void is. So it's not really heaven or hell. That's just the best way for them to explain it to the victims. It's really incarnation or void. And then pretty much at the end of the episode, you have the new assistant who's going more in depth, and she's like, she took all these notes while she was watching the victims to see what they were doing, and she pretty much starts explaining that maybe these arbiters are missing some actually key notes. They're forgetting the actual human emotion side of things, that even though they're dead, they still have their emotions, and that they may be telling these, like the one chick from the first episode, she was really telling these lies just so she wouldn't have, the guy would resent her but not so much the child, which I thought was pretty interesting. She was diving more deep into the actual human emotion part, while it seems like the arbiters don't really understand the human emotion part of it so much. They just goes with what makes more sense. And I mean, out of all of us, we all know that humans don't exactly make sense all the time. We are pretty crazy beings at times, but the assistant really does dive deep into, you guys can't just look at what makes sense, you really have to look at the human emotions, and that it definitely tears up the other arbiter a little bit. You can definitely tell he's a little frustrated that maybe he did make a wrong choice. And it was I mean, overall, I thought this was a good episode, really going over some of those finer details. Not really a whole lot happens. It seems like episode 3 from the little preview they showed, we're going to get into some more victims and what type of games they have to play and all that. But overall, I'm really liking this anime. I really like what I'm watching. I think it's excellent so far. I'd give this episode probably, I'd say about a 7. Mainly going over the finer points and details, but it's really, you have to have that really good backstory, and this episode really sets that up, explaining what the whole anime is going to be about. And I really like the concept. The concept of the anime is mainly what is making me give it the 7. It may not have had a lot happen in it. We may not have seen any more victims in the game that they had to play, but it really went over more of the concept of the anime, which is a really good concept. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do down the line. So I'm going to give this episode about a 7. If you haven't checked this anime out, I highly recommend you do so. I am giving this anime pretty high marks at this point. I'm really loving it, and I'm going to be keeping up with it every week when it comes out. So thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you guys can give this video a like, I would very much appreciate it. And if you guys would like to subscribe, I would also very much appreciate that. I do gaming as well on my channel, so if you guys could show all the love and support on this video, I would very much appreciate it. You all are awesome. Thank you all so much for the love and support you've given so far this year. 2015 has been awesome. I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. I am out.